Question number 9. Okay. Once again, question paper problem. Let us discuss how to solve this problem. Okay. And give me some answer in the chat box based on these calculations. Okay. Novelty Limited, a consumer durable manufacturer. Okay. What they are manufacturing? Consumer durable products. They are manufacturer. And they have reported earning per share of rupees 3.20. This information is very important. These companies earning per share they given, and we know what is earning per share, that is EPS they given, it is 3.20. Okay, in 2007, and they also paid dividend per share of rupees how much? 1.70. That is the dividend which they have paid in the same year. The firm reported depreciation. Okay, let me highlight this one. Dividend also they have paid in that particular year, 1.70 per share in that particular year. Next, what they given see information, the firm reported depreciation of rupees 350 lakh in 2007 and a capital expenditure of 475 lakhs in the same 2007. Very important, these informations. The firm has reported company has been charged depreciation of 350 lakh rupees in this 2007, and also at the same time they have charged capital expenditure also. There were, now this information, next what they given, there were 160 lakh outstanding shares. Okay, very important, this information, I will highlight this one. There were 160 lakh outstanding shares are there, and that shares is trading at rupees 51 per share. It is a market price per share of the company. This is 51. The ratio of capital expenditure in depreciation to be maintained in the long term, expected to be maintained in the long term. The working capital needs are negligible. Now here, what they're telling here, see, working capital needs, this company is negligible. They are not much bothered about the working capital needs. That is what they are saying here. Next, this company had a debt outstanding of 1,600 lakhs. Okay, so here 1,600 lakh debt they given, and its intent to maintain its current financing mix of debt and equity to finance future investment needs. Okay, the firm is in the steady rate. Okay, and earnings are expected to grow. Okay, earnings are expected to grow at a 7% per year. Every year they are expecting that earning will increase by 7. It's a compounded form of the stock, because you know, right, this share is trading at 51 per share. So every share will have its own beta value also. The stock had a beta of 1.5. Okay, 1.05. It is stock beta is how much? 1.05. And the treasury bill rate is 6.25. Treasury bill rate is nothing but government rate. Okay, that is 6.25, and the market premium is given 5.5. So here they have given the market premium, which is nothing but how much? 5.5. This also I will highlight. So now quickly tell me in the chat box, okay, why this information is needed. The stock had a beta of 1.05, treasury bill is 6.25, and market premium is 5.5. What we can calculate with this information, right? Perfect. In the chat box, I got the answers. Okay. All of you interact. What we can calculate with this information? Stock price is given 51 rupees. Beta is also given. Treasury bill rate is also given. And market premium is also given 5.5. So what we can calculate? Okay. Few people they have answered in the chat box. Yes. So this information is needed to calculate the KE, cost of equity value. Or we can say cost of percentage, whatever is the KE value. Now next one, what they given, you see requirement. Okay. You have to calculate the value per share. Okay. You have to calculate the value per share using dividend discount model. Okay. You have to calculate the value per share using the dividend discounted model. I will tell you what is this, because it is a growth rate model over here, because it is growing at a rate of 7% per year, right? So in case of growth rate, okay, how to calculate the value per share, we'll discuss later on in the formula. The second part, what they're telling here to calculate is estimate the value per share using FCFE model. So free cash flow for the equity. So you have to calculate the value per share both as per dividend discount model also, and you have to calculate value per share as per free cash flow to the equity model also, right? Once you calculate both the model as per both the model value per share, then third one, what they're telling you, how would you explain the difference between the two model and which one will you use as a benchmark, right? So it is nothing but they want you to compare and tell us which is the best model to calculate. As when you calculate value per share, is it a dividend discount model is better, or it is a free cash flow to equity model is better when we calculate value per share, right? That is what they want you to tell in the third point. So this question they have asked 2 times in the university for section B, okay, and repeated questions in the university, this kind of a problems. If you know the concept, you can calculate based on any information if they given in the questions, right? Is it question is clear? Shall we start? Just give me a confirmation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Let us begin. Let me open my Microsoft Word. Okay. So question number 9 we are going to discuss today. Okay. So let us start. Question number 9. 2019 and 2020 question paper base. Now, before to start this particular question, let me give you some informations about the how to calculate value per share according to each model. So first, they're telling you to method 1. Okay, you have to calculate the value of share using dividend discount model. Okay, this is the first method we have to apply here. How to calculate according to this method? KE is equal to dividend. If the dividend is growing, then you should write in the bracket 1 plus G. Okay, so let's imagine if the dividend is again they are going to, this earning is going to increase over a period of time. So 1 plus G divided by MP plus G. Okay, growth rate of the company. So now this information KE, okay, with the help of KE we can calculate MP. Now here what are the information they given? You know what is KE, which is nothing but cost of equity, and G is growth rate of the company. And what is MP? MP means you have to calculate the market price, nothing but value per share, value of the share. So you have to calculate what will be the appropriate market price when the dividend is given, right? And you should not be surprised to say how we can calculate value of share using dividend. We have so many methods on that. So one of them is dividend discounted model. And remember, once we have calculated in the one question we discussed where dividend was given, and based on the dividend we have calculated value per share. But now in this case, how to calculate if it is a continuously growing the dividend? So this is what you have to remember here. Okay. Now this is a first method, and then the second method is method number 2, which is nothing but FCF, free cash flow to the equity. Now, according to this method, how do we calculate? Okay. So now there are certain information which you have to understand. First, how do you calculate FCFE? That you have to first calculate. So what is the FCFE formula? Net income. Okay. Net income minus CE. Okay. Minus DEP. We'll discuss what is that CE and all. Then bracket 1 minus debt ratio. Okay, or we can say debt financing ratio. Financing ratio, bracket close, again minus, let me put here minus, this also is the minus sign. You can write down with me only the formula in your note. Very important question. Minus changes in the working capital. Okay, changes in the working capital. Then bracket open, 1 minus debt financing ratio. This is one method of calculating the FCFE. Okay, this is one method of calculating the FCFE. There is a one more method where you can calculate free cash flow to the equity. How to calculate? I'll just draw the format here. Particular and rupees. How do we calculate? Another way to calculate this. Both the way the answer will come same only. But this second method we'll use. Okay, I'll tell you when we can use this one. First, as usual, you should start your answer with what? Net income, which is PAT. Okay. Take that value. From this, just add your total, whatever the depreciation, if it is given. Then minus gross capital expenditure. Then if there is, suppose you have to add, or we have to minus if there is a changes in WC, that is working capital. You have to check that information. Then you will get some value here. Then once it is done, just minus the repayment of loan. When you repay the loan, cash outflows happens, and then you will get some value here. Then you should, if there is, suppose additional company has done some kind of borrowings, you just add that one, and last you will get FCFE. So another way of calculating this one, you can use this method. But when you can use this method is if the information, everything is given in the form of rupees, all the information is given, you can put this also and you can calculate. So now, based on the question requirement, you can use any one of the method and you can calculate the FCFE value, free cash flows to the equity value. Once you get the free cash flow to the equity value, we can further calculate the value of share. What is the market value of the share based on these informations? So let us start with the information and we'll start solving the problem. Okay, based on this particular question, question number 9. Okay, so the step number 1, remember we have to calculate. So I am starting now actual problem. Okay. So whatever the information is given, first we'll use the first method, which is given here already. This method will apply, then later on we'll apply FCFE method, and then we'll compare which is the best. Wherever there is a high market value, that is the best method. That is what simple logic. So always you try to tend to see your market price to be improved. So calculate the value per share using, we have to calculate the value of share using dividend discount model. Okay. So now let me write down this formula once again over here. I'll just copy here and paste this formula, because according to this formula, I'm calculating the MP value, that is market price per share. So to sorry, one second. So now what we can do, first we can calculate the KE, which is very important for us. Okay, because all the information related to KE is given in the question. Okay, so let us calculate the KE, cost of equity, and we know the formula. We'll apply CAPM formula here. KE is equal to RF plus B, RM minus RF, right? This is a formula to calculate KE. So can you tell me in the chat box, what is the value of RF? Can we start calculating and tell me one by one? How much is the RF they given in the question? Can you see here? What is the RF value here? Treasury bill rate is given. So treasury bill rate is always considered as RF value. So how much they given RF value here? Yeah, perfect. Good. 6.25 is my RF value. Okay. So let me write down here. 6.25 plus beta is how much of this company? It is highly volatile, I guess. Can you see here? The stock has a beta of how much it is? Can you tell me in the chat box? It is 1 point. Just response, few of them. So I'll get to know. How much is the beta value? The stock has a beta of how much? 1.05. Right. Perfect. So we got to know what is the beta value also. Imagine the person who invented this CFA model is a great person, right? See how much information we can calculate based on this. Beta value is perfect, 1.05. What is RM minus RF? Can you tell me how much is RM minus RF? Is they given separately or we need to calculate here? What is the beta? Sorry, RM minus RF is how much they given? 5.5. Yeah, perfect. So it is 5.5. Just simple. I think you must have got the answer already. What is the KE value now? So what will be the value now here? Can you calculate directly and tell me how much it is coming? I will be waiting for your answer in the chat box. So the cost of equity of this company is how much? 5.4625. Okay. 12.02. Okay. K is nothing but, yeah, 12.02. Right. Perfect. So let me make it as 12%. So cost of equity I got, right. Perfect. So let us write down as cost of equity, which is nothing but 12% they given here. So I think I got all the information here. So let us put now, this is our main formula. I'll just once again copy down. This is a, so what is the KE I got? It is 12. And this company is paying dividend of how much? DIV is nothing but, remember, it is a dividend. So how much they paid dividend? Can you tell me here? So dividend per share is how much? Can you see here? 1.70, right? Correct. So the company had paid a dividend of 1.70 per share of that year. And remember, this is going to be continue for the another year also. The dividend is going to be paid for the every year. So 1.70. Yeah, correct. So I got the dividend value, which is nothing but 1.70. And this is going to be grow at the rate of how much percent? 7%. So if you divide 7 with decimal, 7 by 100 is how much then it will come? 0.07, right? Divided by MP plus G is how much? What is the growth rate of this company? Again, at the rate of how much? 7%. So we can write here 0.07. So now let us calculate this information based on this. Now here 12 is there, here plus 7, 0.07 is there. So 12 means it is nothing but, okay, let me write, this is 12 percentage, right? So let me put it as 0.12. So now how to calculate now? 0.12 minus 0.07. We can put it like this also. And 1.7 it will be, and bracket what will come? 1 plus 0.07 is nothing but how much? 1.07 value divided by what? MP. So now let us calculate now what will be the value here. 0.12 minus 0.07 is how much here? What is the value? Can you minus and tell me in the chat box? 0.12 minus 0.07 is how much? Hello? Just tell me this value and later on you can tell me how much it is coming. 0.05, okay, is equal to 1.7, right? So 1.7 into 1.07 is how much?
Sir,
Hmm?
sir, this denominator has MP plus 0.07, right, sir? So we can't take only 0.07 to the other side. So we have to take both, no, sir.
Which one?
Only then.
This?
Yes, sir. MP plus 0.07 together we have to take, no, sir, because it is associated with plus sign.
Yeah, it is whole to the divided by. It is whole to the divided by MP. Separately it is. Here.
So we need to multiply MP into 0.12 and 0.07 into 0.12, sir.
Yes, sir.
So finally, how much you will get the answer? Okay. What is
G in
the
the denominator, or is it a separate?
it is separate.
one?
Actually, I am not able to write the formula here properly, but
Then put
here,
another bracket, the whole
Yes.
bracket of dividend to MP.
Yes, sir, because we got confused with this.
Yeah,
Like, we
actually,
thought it is in.
no. One second. I will write the formula as it is. It is okay. D, okay. MP. This is here. Let's imagine it's a separate here in center. Now, is it visible?
Yes, sir, now it is clear.
Yeah. Clear, everyone? It is actually like this, the formula. So now how much it is? 1.7 into 1.07. It will come to the value how much? Can you put in the chat box? 1. Okay, 819 divided by MP. Okay. So the MP is equal to how much? 1.819 divided by 0.05. What is the market price of this company then? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Rupees. Just divide this value. What is the market price per share you are getting? Okay. MP is 36.8. How many people got market price 36.8? Raise your hand. How many people got market price 36.8?
0.38, sir.
Okay, whatever is 0.38, 36.38.
Yes, sir. 0.38.
Okay. So how many people got this answer? 36.38. 18. Okay. Right. So as per the first formula, the market value of the share of this company is how much? Okay, 21. Okay, 19 people, they have raised their hand. Okay. Okay. Right. 27 people, they have raised their hand. Right. So market price we got to know. Now let us go to the second one. The second method, this step number 1. Step number 2. Calculation of value of share using FCFE model. Now, how to calculate value of FCFE model? Based on this information, we have to calculate. So let us see. We'll use the first formula. Okay. The second method. Okay. Let us calculate. So the first thing is net income, right? And the net income of this company is which is already given here, right? So now one by one we will write down the information. So net income is nothing but what? Just see here. You have to just calculate one by one according to this formula. The company has reported earning per share. Can you see here? Earning per share of this company is how much? 3.2. Right? So 3.2 already they given. They calculated the net income per share. Right? So let me write here 3.2 per share. The net income. Right? Earning per share of this company. Next, C. What is C? C is nothing but capital expenditure, right? So now what you have to do, when you have calculated all the information, your net income is given in per share, then remaining all the information also you have to calculate in per share only then to maintain the uniformity, right? So now what I will do here, I will calculate capital expenditure also in per share, right? Capital expenditure per share, how much they are incurring. Can we calculate? If net income, if we can calculate in 3.2 per share, at the same time, capital expenditure per share also we can calculate. Now, how to calculate capital expenditure per share? CapEx, which is nothing but capital expenditures divided by number of equity shares. So let me put here itself. What is the capital expenditure this company has made? Now let us see one by one here. So the company is going to have debt outstanding. This one is given. Now can you see here? The firm has reported depreciation of 3.5 lakhs in 2007. And capital expenditure, can you put in the chat box? It is how much they given? Can you see here? Capital expenditure is how much? 475 lakh rupees. This is the total capital expenditure of this company. Can you, is it clear? Can you see here capital expenditure? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now we got capital expenditure. What is the number of equity shares of this company is how much, right? So number of equity shares also we have to calculate over here based on these informations. So now what is the total number of shares? How many shares this company has outstanding? Can you see here?
160.
160 lakh shares are outstanding. So I have capital expenditure. I have 160 lakh shares also. Can I calculate capital expenditure per share or not? Yes or no? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
So now let us write down here. Total capital expenditure is 475 lakhs, right? Divided by 160, the total number of equity shares. Now tell me what is the capital expenditure per share? It will come 475 divided by 160 is how much? $160 lakhs. What is the capital expenditure they are incurring per share? 2.97. Okay. So the company's total capital expenditure is how much? 2.97 per share. Now, next, what else I need? I need depreciation also, right? So depreciation is how much here? We can calculate also the same thing. Depreciation per share also we can calculate. What is the total? We can say depreciation, how much they are charging? What is the total depreciation value of this company? Company has reported how much depreciation? Can you see the firm has reported depreciation of rupees how much? 350 lakh rupees of depreciation is there, right? So we got the depreciation value also 350 lakh, right? Divided by how much equity shares are there? So how to calculate this one? You can use the formula again, depreciation divided by number of equity share. So what is the depreciation? 350 lakh. What is the total number of equity share? 160 lakhs. So what is the value per share of depreciation? 350 divided by 160 is how much then? 2 point. Okay. So rupees, they are incurring 2.19 per share. This is the depreciation value. So 1 minus debt financing is nothing but what is debt financing over here? Based on this information, you have to calculate. So what is the debt financing? It is total how much? 1,600 lakhs, 1 minus total debt financing they given. And it is a mixture of both. Okay. Equity as well as what? So the company has a debt outstanding of 1,600 lakhs. So, and the company, what they're telling, the capital, the company is ignoring the working capital needs, which they are not bothered about. So that will become zero then. So let me calculate now FCFE value here. What is the net income per share of this company? So how much is the net income per share, which is nothing but earning per share? 3.2, right? Minus, then again open bracket. What is the capital expenditure we got over here? 2.97. So total capital expenditure is 2.97 minus depreciation is how much? 2.19 of this company. Bracket 1 minus debt financing ratio is nothing but total debt, which is nothing but finance. If you calculate that one, it will come 0.16. Then minus what they're telling here to calculate, minus changes in working capital minus debt financing ratio over the given. So company is not bothered about this particular because they are negligible to use this particular working capital over here. So that will become now here zero value. So the FCFE, if you take into the calculation, 3.2 minus 2.9, right? Minus 2.19 is how much? Can you put your answer in the chat box? It's coming to how much? 2.97 minus 2.19. It is 0.78. Then 1 minus 0.16 is how much then? 0.16, 0.84 value. So FCFE is equal to 3.2, right? Minus how much will come? 0.78 into 0.84. What is the value over here? 0.
Sir, how debt financing is the 0.16, sir?
Total debt, how much is the company has financed? Okay, that I will,
1,600.
yeah, I will tell you that one. Debt financing per share, right? So here debt financing per share, how to calculate? Okay, debt divided by D plus E. What is the total debt in this company? Okay, how much is the total debt of this company? Can you put your answer in the chat box? What is the total debt available with this company? 1,600, right? 1,600 divided by, again, debt plus equity. So again, 1,600 plus equity is how much? Total number of shares are how much in this company? There were 160 lakh shares, which is trading at what price? 51 per share. So we can write here, just calculate separately, 160 into the total equity shares are 160 into it is trading at 51. What is the value? So now here how much will come? 1,600 divided by 1,600 plus 160 into 151 is how much then?
8160.
8160, right? So now let us calculate now this one. 1,600 divided by, you add and tell me how much it is coming. What is the total of both? 1,600 plus 8160 is how much?
9,760.
9,760. So now once again divide now 1,600 divided by 9,760, how much? What is the value? 0.16. Did you got? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Who was asking that question?
Hi, sir, Rahul. Yes, sir, got it.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Let us put the values now. You tell me 0.78 minus, sorry, into 0.84, how much? What is the value you are getting here? I think you must have got 0.67 something. Everyone? Okay, 0.66 or whatever, 0.6. So FCFE is how much then now? 3.2 minus 0.67 is how much? FCFE value 2.54, right? So now you just got 2.54 is the value, right? So we have to calculate value of equity now. So under this method, how to calculate value of equity? FCFE, okay, all of you just consider it. This is the very important, the last step into this 1 plus G. Now again, here I will just underline K minus G. This is the formula you have to use to calculate value of equity. So now let us put into the formula. What is the FCFE value you got? How much it is? 2.54, right? 1 plus, and this company is going to grow forever at what rate? Can you put your answer in the chat box? What will be the G value then? G is how much? 0. Yes, I got few answer in the chat box. 0.07. So I'll just underline. What is the KE value? Cost of equity is how much? How much you got? Can you put your answer in the chat box? Cost of equity is how much? 0.12. 0.12 minus. What is the G value here? G is how much? Again, 0.07. So 2.54. Just multiply the numerator. How much it is coming? Just tell me the numerator value. It is 2.72. Okay. Okay. So as per what you got, it is 2.72 value divided by 0.12 minus 0.07 is how much? 0.05. So what is the value of equity? How much is the value of equity? Nothing but value of equity share per share is how much? 2.172 divided by 0.05 is how much then? What is the share value of this company as per FCFE? Rupees 53 or 54? Okay. 54.4. So the value of share of this company is how much? 54.4. Okay, 53, 54.36, whatever value. So now we got the value of equity shares as per FCFE model. You can apply this also. You can use this also. If you use this model, you also get somewhere the near answer, only around 50 to 53 you will get. No problem, you can use the model. So finally, what we are going to write, what is the conclusion? So as per dividend discounted model, what is the value of market price per share? How much? 36.38. And as per FCFE model, what is the value of equity share? Which is better? Can you tell me? Is it DDM, dividend discounted model, or it is FCFE model is better? Can you tell me in the chat box? According to you, which is the better model? Okay. FCFE. Free cash flows to the equity, right? So as per the calculation, FCFE is better than DDM model since the MPS is high in case of FCFE.